Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're going to uncover a shocking turn in Quan's story. An unusual company meeting may reveal that his father is secretly forcing him to marry Trinh. But what will Quan do when he realizes he may already be trapped in his father's plan? If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next episode. At the company, the atmosphere feels completely different from the quiet farm Tieu has just left behind. Here, there is no soft wind moving through the fields, no birds calling from the trees, no small house waiting in silence. There is only the cold light of the office, the sound of footsteps outside the door, and the heavy pressure that always seems to follow Quan whenever he returns to this place. Nam walks in with a contract in his hand. Normally, this is just part of their routine. He brings documents, Quan reviews them, signs what needs to be signed, asks a few sharp questions, and everything continues as usual. But today, before Nam even says anything, he can tell something is wrong. Quan is sitting behind his desk, but his eyes are not on the contract in front of him. His fingers rest on the edge of a file, unmoving. His face is calm, maybe too calm, the kind of calm that does not mean peace, but restraint. Nam slows his steps. "Mr. Quan, is something wrong?" Quan does not answer immediately. He looks down at the papers as if he is reading them, but Nam knows him too well. Quan is not reading. His mind is somewhere else, turning over something he has not yet spoken aloud. After a moment, Quan says quietly, "Nothing. I'm just looking through a few things." Nam places the contract on the desk, but he does not leave, because that answer is too simple. And with Quan, simple answers usually hide complicated problems. Nam studies him for a few seconds, then asks again, more carefully, "Is it about the company?" Quan's gaze pauses. The office becomes quiet. Outside, someone passes by the door. The sound fades quickly, but the silence left behind feels even sharper than before. Quan finally leans back slightly. "Do you remember the urgent meeting from the other day?" Nam nods. "Yes." The chairman called it suddenly. "That's the problem," Quan says. Nam frowns. "What do you mean?" Quan's eyes narrow, not with anger exactly, but with suspicion. "My father has always been strict about procedures. If there is a serious issue in the company, he would never call an urgent meeting without preparing documents first. Department heads would be informed. Reports would be arranged. Even if he wanted to keep it short, there would still be some notice." He pauses, then says in a lower voice, "But this time I heard nothing." Nam's expression changes slightly. Quan continues, "I hold an important position here. If something major happened, I should have been informed. But no one told me. No one sent me a file. No one even hinted that there was a problem." He looks at Nam now. "Does that sound normal to you?" Nam does not answer right away, because it does not sound normal. In this company, the chairman controls everything carefully. He is not the kind of person who acts without purpose. Every meeting, every phone call, every sentence he says has a reason behind it. And if Quan was left outside the circle for the first time, then that itself means something. Nam lowers his voice. "Maybe the meeting wasn't really about company business." Quan's eyes become colder. Nam continues, "Lately, the chairman has asked me more than once where you were. I only told him you were on a business trip. I didn't mention anything else." Quan's fingers tighten slightly on the file. "A business trip," he repeats almost to himself. "Yes," Nam says, but from the way he asked, I don't think he believed it completely. Quan's face remains still, but the air around him changes. For the past few days, he has been handling personal matters. Tieu, the farm, the emotions he has tried to keep separate from the world of business. He thought he had hidden enough. He thought if he stayed careful, his father would not interfere too quickly. But now, that belief begins to feel fragile. Quan says slowly, "If my father wanted me to return, he could have called me directly." Nam nods. "That's true. He didn't need to create an emergency meeting." "That's also true. Then why did he do it?" Nam looks at him, and the answer is already forming between them. Because the meeting was not only a meeting, it was a signal, a trap, or maybe a test. Quan stands and walks to the window. Below, the city stretches out in cold lines of glass and concrete. Everything looks powerful from up here, successful, organized, untouchable. But Quan knows better than anyone that behind that kind of success, people often hide secrets. His father taught him that without meaning to. Nam watches him from behind. Mr. Quan, maybe the chairman wanted to force you back without making it look personal. Quan does not turn around. Nam continues. If he called you directly, you could refuse. But if the company suddenly had an urgent meeting, you would have no choice. You would have to return. Quan's jaw tightens. That sounds exactly like his father. Not emotional, not loud, not careless, just calculated. Quan says, so he used the company as a reason. Nam hesitates, then adds, and maybe he wanted to see how quickly you would come back, or whether someone was hiding your schedule from him. Quan turns around at that. The two men look at each other. The meaning is clear. If the chairman is testing Quan, then he may also be testing Nam. And if he is testing them, it means he already suspects something. Nam gives a bitter little smile. Your father is not an easy man to fool. Quan looks back at the desk. The contract is still lying there, untouched. For a moment, his mind flashes to the farm, to Tieu, to the quiet life that always seems so far away from this office. He does not know yet that while he is standing here, surrounded by cold walls and hidden schemes, Tieu has already written a letter and walked away from the place they both once wanted to protect. He does not know that another kind of pain is waiting for him. Right now, all he can feel is the pressure closing in from his father's side. Quan says, this is the first time he has arranged something important without letting me know beforehand. Nam nods. That means he either doesn't trust you or he doesn't want you to prepare. Quan's eyes darken. Neither answer is good. For years, Quan has lived under his father's control, but at least in business, he has always had a place, a role, a voice. Even when they disagreed, the chairman still treated him as someone useful to the company. But being excluded is different. Being excluded means the chairman is moving pieces without him. And if Quan is no longer being informed, then he may already be part of the plan instead of someone allowed to see it. The office light feels sharper now. Every folder on the desk, every missed message, every vague instruction from the chairman suddenly feels like a clue. Nam steps closer. What do you want me to do? Quan is silent for a moment, then he says, find out who attended that meeting. Nam nods immediately. I'll check, and not through the normal channels. Quan adds, if my father wanted this hidden from me, the official records may not tell us everything. Nam understands. I'll ask carefully. Quan looks at him. Also find out what documents were prepared. Even if no one sent them to me, someone must have printed something. Finance, legal, project management, one of the departments had to be involved. Nam's expression becomes serious. You think the meeting was connected to a specific project? I don't know yet, Quan says, but my father never gathers people without an agenda. He pauses, then speaks more quietly. And if the agenda wasn't the company, then it may have been me. Nam's face tightens. Because there is one name both of them are thinking of now. Trinh. For a few seconds, neither of them says it, but the silence already has her shadow in it. Nam finally speaks first. Mr. Quan, do you think this has something to do with Miss Trinh Hot? Quan does not answer immediately. His father's words return to him. The pressure, the expectation, the way the chairman spoke about marriage as if it were simply another contract waiting to be signed. Quan's voice lowers. Maybe. Nam sighs. The chairman has been pushing that matter for a while. Quan looks away. Yes, he says, and lately he has become less patient. The room grows colder. Nam hesitates before saying, maybe he is planning to force her decision. Quan's eyes sharpen. Then he should know me better, Quan says. I won't marry someone just because it benefits the company. But even as he says it, he knows his father may not care what he wants. To the chairman, marriage is not about love. It is about alliances, profit, control. And Trinh, with her family background and company connections, is the kind of woman his father would consider perfect. Perfect for business. Perfect for image. perfect for everything except Quan's heart. Nam watches him carefully. Then we need to know what happened in that room. Quan nods. Yes, he says. Start with the meeting list. Then check the documents. After that, find out whether Trin's family was mentioned. Nam picks up the contract from the desk, but this time it no longer feels important because another matter has already taken over the room. A secret meeting, a father who says nothing directly, a marriage being pushed from the shadows, and two men beginning to understand that something has already started moving before they noticed. Quan looks toward the closed office door. Nam, he says quietly. Yes, Mr. Quan, be careful. Nam nods. I understand. And in that moment, neither of them knows how deep this matter really goes. They only know one thing. The urgent meeting was not simple, and from now on, they have to find out what the chairman is truly planning. Nam stays quiet for a moment. He has worked beside Quan for long enough to know when a topic should be handled carefully. Business problems can be discussed directly. Contracts can be negotiated. Reports can be checked. Even difficult projects have numbers, deadlines, and solutions. But family matters are different, and when family becomes mixed with business, everything becomes even more dangerous. Nam lowers his voice. Mr. Quan, if this is really about Miss Trinh, and the chairman may already have a full plan. Quan does not respond immediately. His expression is still calm, but the calm now carries a trace of tiredness. It is the kind of tiredness that does not come from one sleepless night, but from years of being pushed toward a life he never truly chose. Nam continues, from the chairman's point of view, Miss Trinh is not a bad choice. Her family has influence, their company has resources, she understands business, she has a good reputation. If the two families join together, both sides benefit. Quan gives a faint, humorless smile. That's exactly how my father sees it. Nam hesitates. And honestly, many people would see it that way too. Quan turns his gaze toward him. Nam quickly explains, I'm not saying you should accept it. I just mean, in the business world, people will think it makes sense. They'll say it's practical. They'll say Miss Trinh likes you, your families are suitable, and the marriage would strengthen the company. Quan's eyes become colder. Practical, he repeats. The word feels unpleasant in his mouth, because that is always the word people use when they want to make something heartless sound reasonable. A practical marriage, a practical sacrifice, a practical future. But whose future? And at what cost? Nam looks at Quan carefully. Have you ever thought about trying to date her? Even just once? Maybe if you gave it a chance. Quan cuts him off, not harshly, but firmly. No. Nam falls silent. Quan looks down at his hands. For a few seconds, he seems to be deciding how much he wants to say. Then his voice lowers. I already told my father. I also told Trinh. To me, she is like a younger sister, nothing more. Nam nods. But Miss Trinh doesn't accept that. No, Quan says. She doesn't. He remembers the way Trinh did her built, its hembets, the confidence in her voice when she said she would not give up, the way she treated his refusal not as an answer, but as a challenge. To her, perhaps love is something that can be won if she pushes hard enough. But Quan does not believe love can be forced into existence, and he does not want to hurt her more than necessary. That is why he keeps distance. That is why he refuses to give her false hope. But the more he avoids her, the more his father seems determined to push them together. Quan says, my father doesn't care whether I love her. He only cares that marrying her would be useful. Nam's expression softens. Mr. Quan, Quan slowly lifts his eyes. When I was young, I watched my mother wait for my father. Nam says nothing. He knows this is not something Quan often talks about. Quan continues, my mother came from a rural background. She was gentle, simple. She didn't know how to fight for power, and she didn't know how to turn love into strategy. She loved my father sincerely. His voice remains controlled, but underneath it something old and painful begins to surface. But sincerity wasn't enough for him. The office is silent. Quan looks toward the window again, but this time he does not seem to be looking at the city. He seems to be looking into a place much farther away. My father chose someone more useful to him, someone who could help his business, someone who matched his ambition. He told himself it was necessary. Maybe he even believed that. But my mother was the one who paid the price. Nam's face grows heavy. Quan says, I grew up watching what happens when marriage becomes a transaction. People outside may admire it. They may call it smart. They may say the families are powerful, the future is secure, and everything looks perfect. He pauses. But inside that kind of marriage, no one is happy. Nam lowers his eyes. Quan's voice becomes even quieter. My father left my mother behind once because she was not useful enough. Now he wants me to marry someone because she is useful enough. He looks at Nam. Do you understand why I can't accept that? Nam nods slowly. Now he understands more clearly. This is not only about Trinh. This is not only about refusing an arranged marriage. For Quan, this is about the wound his father left in his childhood. It is about his mother. It is about the fear of becoming the same kind of man he once silently resented. Quan continues. I don't hate Trinh. She has her strengths. She is capable. She has her pride. I know many people think she and I are suitable. Nam listens quietly. But suitable on paper is not the same as suitable in life. Quan says, if I marry her without love, I would destroy her happiness too. She may think she can accept it now because she wants me. But later, when she realizes my heart was never there, what then? Nam exhales slowly. He has no easy answer. Quan says, love should come from both sides. It should not be a deal signed by two families while the people involved are treated like assets. For a moment, Tieu Lac's face flashes through his mind. Her quiet eyes, her gentle smile, the way the farm felt when she was there. He does not say her name, not here, not yet, but the silence after his words carries everything he cannot admit out loud. Nam notices. He has suspected for a while that Quan's heart is no longer empty. The way Quan disappears, the way his expression changes whenever the farm is mentioned, the way he becomes protective at the slightest hint of trouble, these are not the reactions of someone who is simply handling personal matters. Nam asks softly, is there someone else? Quan's gaze shifts. He does not answer directly, and that is already an answer. Nam gives a small sigh, not disappointed but worried. Then this will be even harder. Quan knows. If his father discovers Tieu Lac, he will not see her as a person Quan loves. He will see her as an obstacle, a weakness, someone unfit for the life he has designed for his son. And that thought makes Quan uneasy in a way he cannot fully explain. He thinks of the farm. He thinks of leaving Tieu Lac there, believing he could return after dealing with things at the company. He does not know yet that time has already moved against him. Nam speaks again. Whatever happens, I'm on your side. Quan looks at him. Nam's voice becomes firmer. I mean it. If the chairman is planning something behind your back, we'll find out. If this meeting is connected to Miss Trin's family, we'll find evidence. And if he's trying to force your marriage through company pressure, we'll know before he makes the next move. For the first time since the conversation began, some of the tension in Quan's face softens. Thank you, he says. It is only 2 words, but Nam can hear the exhaustion behind them. Quan is someone many people envy. He has status, power, wealth, and a position others would fight for. But Nam knows that none of those things can protect him from a father who sees his life as part of a larger business plan. Nam nods. I'll start with the people who attended the meeting. Then I'll check whether any documents were sent to legal or finance. If Trin's family was involved, there should be traces somewhere. Quan says, be discreet. I will. And Nam stops at the door and turns back. Quan's gaze is serious. Don't underestimate my father. Nam understands immediately. The chairman is not someone who leaves mistakes behind easily. If they investigate carelessly, they may alert him before they learn anything useful. Nam nods. I'll be careful. After Nam leaves, Quan remains alone in the office. The city outside continues moving, indifferent to everything happening above it. Cars pass below. Lights flicker across distant buildings. People rush through their own lives, unaware that inside this room, a quiet battle has just begun. Quan looks at the contract on his desk, then at his phone. For a second, he wants to call Tieu. He wants to hear her voice. He wants to tell her that something feels wrong, that his father may be making a move, that he needs a little more time before returning to the farm. But he stops. He tells himself he will call later, after he understands the meeting, after he knows what his father is planning, after he has something clear to say. He does not know that waiting is sometimes the most dangerous choice. Meanwhile, somewhere inside the company, records of that urgent meeting still exist. A list of names, a set of documents, a few people who know more than they should, and perhaps hidden behind the official reason for the meeting, the first step of a plan to force Quan into a marriage he never agreed to. That night, Nam begins checking quietly. Quan begins connecting every strange detail. And for the first time, both of them share the same suspicion. The meeting was never only about business. Trin's name may be buried somewhere inside it, and the chairman may already be moving faster than they expected.